VAR, right?
Hmm.
I don't even know where to start with it this week. It literally, what I saw in the Liverpool-Everton game yesterday has got to be, since VAR was implemented, the worst decision I've ever seen.
Absolutely. I mean,
And I'm not saying it with any hyperbole, right? Essentially, it was 2-2, and there were a lot of contentious decisions in that game, to be fair. You know, Pickford basically almost broke Van Dijk in half, right? And now Van Dijk is supposedly going to be out for 8 months because of that. I'm not sure if we've had it confirmed yet.
well, there
But
goes my FPL.
beIN Sports actually were running that story, but he should have. That was an absolutely outrageous tackle, right?
Yeah.
And then later on in the game, Richarlison on Thiago could have broken his legs, and that was a straight red, to be fair, which was good on Michael Oliver for that. But
Yeah.
that was an absolutely scandalous challenge as well. The thing that got me, though, was the climax of the game, whereby Henderson scored the winning goal for Liverpool in the 91st minute. And inexplicably, it went to VAR, right? And I was like, well, clearly it's a goal. There's nothing clear and obvious about this offside here. And then even more inexplicably, they disallowed it because I don't even know. I still can't. I don't know if you want to bring the picture of Mane's offside up on the.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That one right there.
So essentially,
where? Like where? It's
if there's anything clear and obvious about that offside from Mane, who's in the foreground there, most foreground player, then I would love to hear your thoughts on that, because he's just not, is he?
No, absolutely. Like no shoulder in line, foot in line. You know
the whole armpit rule, but his armpit's not offside.
No,
you know?
it's like everything looks as if it's. I could like. I just can't see it. Like the thing. The problem. No,
there's no words. There's no words needed. Really.
But that's the problem. Is if it's inconclusive, why are they disallowing the goal? Why is it not the other decision to say it's inconclusive? We'll give the goal, because I think that, in my personal opinion, that's what it should be.
I don't know what happened there, really. I mean, I don't know whether it was a Michael Oliver. What really should happen is Premier League refs should have more power of overruling VAR decisions.
If there's nothing to call, then don't call it.
Because basically, let's face it, we're stuck with this VAR thing for the foreseeable future. It's not going away, I don't think, which is really irritating when decisions like that happen. But something has to be implemented to make sure, So Michael was saying, if VAR introduced a rule where they had a maximum of 30 seconds to review a decision, if it's taking longer than that to decide, then it isn't a clear and obvious error. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? They take far too long to decide some of these offside decisions, right? And it takes it. You can feel the energy and the flow of the game sapping away.
Oh, absolutely.
The longer they take over these VAR decisions.
That's the thing.
And again,
yeah.
Right? Sorry, I'm going to go off on one now. Again,
go ahead. Floor is yours.
If it isn't clear and obvious, then don't give the bloody decision.
That's the thing. I mean, if you have to change the football rules slightly in order to cater to VAR so that you can give more accurate decisions, then okay, but as long as it's not something that is giving more away to... I'm just trying to think, because like there have been plenty of changes of rules in football which have really... What's the word? Like, for example, handball these days, and I want to go back onto this because, kicking
the Eric Dyer decision.
Well, not just that, but like the Manu and Brighton, and those sorts of things. It's VAR is being used to cater towards the potentially offended players too much, is what I'm trying to get at, if that makes sense. It's just...
I read one thing the other day, which was sorry to interrupt, but I read one thing the other day, which was it could be a conspiracy theory, right? That they're deliberately messing up these decisions to make people buy into the whole, Premier League drama, yada yada. Pay $14.95 for each game.
And then what
I mean, that's the absolute nth degree cynic in me talking, but that's not not out of the realms of possibility, considering how ridiculous some of the decisions have been.
I don't even think there's enough disciplinary action for these really harsh decisions either. Like, how many times have you seen this VAR person, he's been given a verbal warning or something like that? I think they get away with it too much. And I think
that's very true. Yeah, you don't see any repercussions for these awful VAR decisions.
Yeah, you're ruining the chances that these players are having. They play for a reason. They play to win.
It's a very fine line between objective and subjective decision making, right? But objectively, that is not offside to me, right?
Yeah.
So if it is objectively not offside, then there has to be repercussions.
On the pitch, football and many other sports should not have political decisions involved in it like this. If that's even the right word, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It needs to be as solid as can be, because that is what creates the drama or the shocking outcomes. It's the players. It's not the VAR. It's not the awful referee. It's the players. Always. When you think of last year and Son's run from his own goal end to the other goal, or Gareth Bale's bicycle kick, or anything like that, that is the players doing, and that's what people talk about as well. So it seems like it is. I can see where that conspiracy theory comes from, because it's trying to provoke some sort of reaction for it to be talked about, and that's absolutely. If that is the case, and that is absolutely disgraceful.
Well, yeah, I don't think there's really any. I think we've kind of covered it all, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, the VAR, just pull your finger out.
Pull your finger out, you Jaffa pie.
Right, and speaking of Jaffa pie, we do have Kieran Avenged Sevenfold in the chat. So thank you so much for tuning in, Kieran. Another guy from Mosh Talks, I know. Just popping in a quick break from work, and to answer the title, no, it's a cake. Thank you very much.
It's a pie.
Finally. Kieran insists it's a pie.
And it's definitely not a quiche either.